started by looking at the different metrics that were important to our business and the main drivers of our business. I wanted to make sure that whatever I did was tied to what was important for the company and our success overall. So I looked at our Great Place to Work score and compared it with our revenue year over year, our employee retention year over year, and our client satisfaction year over year. And what I found was that there was so much correlation between these different metrics that we had. When I looked at our year-over-year scores, I could see that our employee retention and our Great Place to Work scores were incredibly aligned. And that was telling me that our Great Place to Work scores were really a leading indicator of our team retention, and that I knew that if we kept our Great Place to Work scores high, that our team retention would also stay high. And then from there, I looked at revenue as well, and I was able to see very similar trends. As our Great Place to Work score increased year over year, I could see that our revenue was increasing year over year as well. And I knew that we wouldn't be able to have that level of revenue without being able to have the Great Place to Work score that we did. And then the same for client satisfaction. So when I looked at our client satisfaction, you always hear that happy employees make happy customers, and in our data we could see that to be true because the correlation year over year was again significant. So we could see that the longer that we had people on our team, the deeper their expertise was, the more engaged they were, that they were able to drive client satisfaction in a way that we knew would drive return customers and thus impact revenue further. 2 years ago, I wanted to explore the cost of our turnover because I knew that there was a significant impact to our turnover on our bottom line. So I quantified what our turnover is. I looked at all of the hard costs and the soft costs. And to me, hard costs are fixed fees that come with anything in the course of someone's employment, like background checks or certification costs. And then I also looked at the softer costs, like manager training time when there's a new hire, or the cost of time spent interviewing new people. And I added that all together. And for us, that was about 120% of a person's annual salary in our business. And once I added that all together for the year that we were in, which at the time was 2021, that was $5 million in the year that we had spent on turnover. And we knew that to be successful, we couldn't keep that level of turnover. We knew we had to decrease that. And we've put into place different initiatives to decrease that turnover. And in the years since, we've seen that turnover drop over $3 million year over year. And we know that that has allowed us to be successful. If we had continued to spend $5 million a year on turnover, that would be $20 million in 4 years. And we have acquired 3 companies in the past year, and by decreasing our turnover, that's allowed that to be possible.